This is the Model X from Tesla and my first review on an electric car. What I've just realized? Hold on, let's find out. Driving combustible engines for years will take a little time getting used to driving an electric car. I mean, for first, there is no sound. Absolutely no sound, no revving or any of that sort. The only sound that can be heard would probably be the tires rolling, and that would really depend on the road. This is no less than a futuristic vehicle, something that we only probably saw in some James Bond flick. Most things in the Tesla X can be done by just pressing a button. For instance, have a look at this. All I need to do is touch the screen here and voila, all the doors shut at once. But all of this might be a little overwhelming in the start. Most of the functions in this car can be controlled by this screen. But wait, we will talk about that a little later. Again, since I love doing this, for the fun of it, watch the doors close. Abracadabra! This time, I did it by just holding up the brakes and the doors closed. Interesting, isn't it? You can trick your kids with this. Closing the doors might be fun, although getting in is not the best. Since the doors have no door handles in particular, I mean like the regular cars, it's kind of difficult to understand which side do I need to press the touch for it to actually open. As you see, these are touch sensors, so I really keep forgetting whether it's to the left or the right, but it's a matter of getting used to. Now that you're in, the first thing that you're going to notice, unlike any other car that you have sat in before, is there is absolutely no noise. It's hard to know if the car is on and can be really tricky if you haven't driven an electric or a Tesla X before. The car has a keyless start. There is no push to start or any of that sort here. The car sounds dead. So how do you really know if the car is on? It's this small info on the dash. Well, this could have been a little bigger or flashy, and Tesla could have probably indicated the process for startup on the dash itself. So here it is again. You need to hold the brake to have anything activated here. Once you hold the brake, the dash is activated. The gear shifts are pretty simple. Drop it down to drive, the center remains neutral. Move it up, it moves to reverse, and you have to press this button here for park. Again, this is an automatic, so you have the park, neutral, reverse and drive, and that's it. Have a look at the dash. Something pretty different, right? There's no RPM, no fuel indicator, and that's something the eye and mind will have to get used to. But it gives you info on your battery, the heart of an electric car. Apart from this, the screen is very dynamic and very interactive. You also have your Google Maps that will pop up here if you're seeking for any direction. You have additional info such as your trip, range. You have also your music control, your radio pop-up information here. So overall, fantastic, everything on your screen. Suspension controls on the Tesla X give you the freedom to conquer almost all terrains, and all of this again can be controlled by the touch controls here on this screen. A few seconds and you have the adjustments done as per the driver's convenience. As you can see, these lights out here, these are the fog lamps in the front. You also have fog lamps in the rear, and these are the lights here, as you can see. Here is something which is not to my liking, as it cannot be located very easily, unlike a petrol car lid that can. So this is the charging port, and if you're doing it for the first time, you will need to press this button here for a second to open up the lid. The area around the charging port is illuminated with a blue LED light. Once you insert the charger, the light here changes to green, indicating charging is on. To take it off, you would need to press this touch sensor here for a second and then release the charger. This can get you a range of up to close to 350 kilometers depending on the driving conditions. With regards to charging, a destination charger would take about 5 hours and a supercharge would take about 72 minutes. Now, most head turns around when you're driving a Tesla X, especially because it's not a car that can fly, but it definitely has wings. And it's not just wings, it's called the Falcon wings. Well, they are really good as it opens even in those tight parking situations, but you will find it a little difficult if the roof of your parking lot is low, as it may not retract completely. Even opening this car is amazing. All you have to do is pull the lever here once and that's it. Once you're out, again, use the buttons that are literally everywhere. There's one here, there's one here, there's one here to shut the doors. Overall AC and cabin space is a big plus. I found the AC to be really effective considering the heat in the Middle East, and even the rear passenger gets AC controls, which is definitely a big plus on SpenCAR reviews. The Tesla X is really accommodating for the front and rear passenger. There is plenty of headroom, legroom and shoulder room. Seats are really comfort and well cushioned, and the materials are good too. So where is the engine? Trust me, the power output is something you can't really question here, and stepping on it is like nothing I've ever driven before. You can just take off in a jiffy. The big screen out here is really the most important thing once you enter it, as it has all the info you need. So my suggestion is, as soon as you pick up a Tesla, make sure you go through everything on this screen, as it will get you well acquainted with the car. There are many controls such as Autopilot, car theme, suspension setup, door locks, battery info and much more. But out of these, my favorite is the car theme option. So you can use different modes out here. You have the Christmas theme, the sketchpad, you can do a lot of stuff out here, loads of options, and you can even watch your favorite Netflix or YouTube flicks out here. The DRLs have now kind of been associated with all Tesla models, so everyone knows the face of this car. And this again is the same at the rear. The spoiler only adds to its ever so happening look. The car has cameras all over, like this case, which is here on both the sides, and you also have it on the rear and in the front. I did put the Tesla auto drive function to the test, and I must say I was amazed. It precisely drove itself and was quite awesome all throughout. I felt a little weird, as getting my hands off the wheel for the first time was a little scary. There is also a constant warning which tells you to keep your hands on the wheel for any emergency override. It was pretty simple to set it up. All I had to do was pull up this lever twice, and that was all needed to activate it. Pulling this lever up just once activates the cruise control too. The cameras that are placed all around the car, which are on the rear, the side, the front, which help you in achieving this auto drive function, and I was pretty amazed with it. So my overall say is, this is an amazing car. I was all awe from the time I drove it for the first time. It's definitely a car of the future, and click of the button actions for almost all the car functions are present here. The range is good too, and of course the power is simply superb. The only thing that would probably stop me would be pricing and the amount of charging points around. However, with more and more cars coming in the EV category, there is definitely a lot of options in the future, but I thoroughly enjoyed driving my first ever EV, the Tesla X.